Being an emissary of light first means that it means sharing. It means that you share the light, but you can't share what you don't have. So you need to have the light. Now I'm bringing in the Arcturians for this part because there is an upgrade. We're being, it's like when I got on the computer this morning, it's yet another upgrade. But we're having an upgrade. And just like when the computer is having an upgrade, it can't do anything else. You have to close all the windows. You just have to leave it alone and let the computer upgrade itself. And then you have to remember your passwords to get back into the computer, etc., etc. So the analogy is that when we are upgrading into our higher light, that's much like a butterfly changing from a caterpillar to a butterfly, or a dragonfly going through its metamorphoses. And that's what we're going through. We're going through major metamorphosis now, because the energy field is getting higher. And because the energy field is resonating to a higher frequency, more and more people are going to be able to recognize that which does not resonate. Now for Suzanne specifically, she has been living an illusion that she could do what she was doing. And she wanted to do what she was doing. And so she wrapped an illusion around doing what she was doing. And put it in a cupboard and closed the door. But the illusion escaped. And now she's faced with that illusion and recognizing that she created an illusion that was not based on third-dimensional reality, and the truths of her life were based on fifth-dimensional reality, such as the work that she has been doing, but because the illusion had been hidden, it grew. It kept growing bigger. Please attend to me, please attend to me, please attend to me. And she said, no illusion, I don't want to see you, I don't want to see you, I don't want to see you, I'm busy. And so eventually the illusion escapes and pops right in front of you, us, them, everyone. And this is what is occurring. It's the death of illusion. Now, with the death of illusion comes a restructuring of our new society. Because the old operating system does not work on the higher frequency of reality that is downloading into Gaia at an ever-increasing pace. This is why so much of reality is gone into the chaos before change. Chaos always precedes change, because change is the thing that humans fear more than anything. Mm-hmm. And so when change comes, they become afraid. And when they become afraid, they become angry. And they become confused. And they become argumentative. And different people become different things. Therefore, we are here to assist you. What people are needing now is a bit of a step-by-step. This is what you'll need to go through. Line up here. This is where you get in line. This is what you can pack. This is what you need to leave behind. These are the thought forms you need to allow into your awareness. These are the thought forms you need to transmute and release. These are the energy fields you need to recognize. These are the energy fields you need to blaze with a violet fire and send unconditional love and refuse to participate in. And so as we share these different situations, the leaders that are now will be the ones to be the first ones through the chaos. They will have the biggest mess to clean, and they will have the greatest denial, and they will eventually have the greatest illuminations, because they have let go. And what humanity needs to do now is let go. What is the illusion, the primary illusion that you are needing to let go of within your now? Because yourself is the one who is receiving your orders from your higher frequency self. As you step into this clearing of this dark place, the leaders are the first to step into the darkness. The leaders are the first to find the light within the dark. It is easy for everyone to say, I want change, I want change, I want change. But change means letting go. And letting go means facing sorrow. Facing this sorrow of letting go. Of letting go of that which you thought was very important in your life. But what was once important in your life is now become an anchor that you have to release. So leaders have to be the ones to recognize their illusions, to identify their illusions, and to transmute their illusions, to release their illusions. And the releasing of the illusion is going to be one of the most difficult components of ascension. Because all of the third dimension is an illusion. And so as you move through ascension, you release the third dimension. So you release all of your third dimensional illusions, because all of the third dimension is an illusion. Because when you go into your fifth dimension, in your fifth dimensional state of consciousness, your third dimensional reality will not appear the same at all. There are definitely primary illusions and secondary illusions and tertiary illusions, and it goes on and on and on. But once the primary illusion is released, then you won't be lying to yourself. And there are third dimensional illusions that have to be released, because holding on to the third dimensional illusions will lower your consciousness and disallow you to move forward. And the moving forward from this point forward will not be easy for leaders. And the leaders are the ones who will be called upon to open those portals of light. And the portals of light are covered with illusion. The truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. This is the now to separate the chaff from the wheat. This is the now that each leader will be called upon to first. The leaders are the ones who go first. The definition of a leader is the one who goes first. So there are many leaders. And the leader doesn't necessarily mean that you have a group of people that are following you. So when we say leaders now, we mean the ones who go first. It is the now, for us to open up these portals and say to the ones who go first that it is the now. What that begins with, not with going forward. It doesn't begin with going forward. It begins with letting go of what you cannot bring forward. And so the first component that occurs is that you move into your life and you look at your life and see what is the first things that I can release. I can't take all of this with me. I have to choose now, because the path is getting narrow and the path is getting steep. And if I am a leader for ascension, then that has to be the first thing in my path. Because they can do so much more than others. Because they can look out and see that there are so many people, place, situation, things, animals, nature, that is so in need of help that we want to go out and help them all. But we spread ourselves so thin that we're just like crazy. We can't really do anything. We need to help our leaders now. This, where we are is where our leaders are. So now we need to guide our people into this next octave. In other words, it is now. It is the now. It really is. And we're packing our bags, and so we've got to let go of a lot of stuff. It is about leaders finding leaders. Leaders need to create leaders. It begins by leaders finding leaders, creating leaders, helping leaders. That's why we had Suzanne do the leadership training. If the leaders become too involved with the followers, then they're not attending to the leaders. So first a person assists others, and that assisting is a form of leading. But not always, because assisting can be a means of draining. And I think the reason why they put me through through the things that I went through in my life, going to convalescent homes and, working with poverty-stricken people and, working in the hoods and then being a therapist and I worked with a lot of alcoholics and a lot of situations that I had to learn that no, I can't, no, there are things I can't do. That was our training. And so now we've graduated from that. Those third dimensional issues will never be solved on the third dimension. Those are third dimensional issues. And they're testing grounds. The third dimension is actually now, this is the Arcturian speaking, this is an important one. These third dimension lessons are actually fourth dimensional, lower plane fourth dimensional lessons. Gaia is actually no longer a third dimensional planet. In reality, Gaia has become a fourth dimensional planet. And all the beings have become fourth dimensional. And that is part of the reason why things are so dark. Because that first thing that Gaia must move through is her own lower astral plane, where all the effluvia of all the darkness, of all of the incarnations, of all of the humans, because it has only been humans that have created this darkness. Humans meaning humanoids. Because the humanoids, the darkness actually came, the real darkness actually came towards the fall of Atlantis. And they were not from Earth. They were from other planets. So that was when the invasion occurred of the laggards, the invasion of the laggards, those that needed this planet because their own planets had ascended and they needed another third-dimensional planet. But they were the ones that could not learn. And there still are ones that cannot learn. They need to be blessed and love-free because they will not change. And the leaders must learn to identify who those are. Because there needs to be a focus of energy